Okay, Noli, before I go over the programs for it's going to be 3 days a week, just to start. I want to go over a couple of things that you're going to need for your training program. As far as supplies are concerned, I recommend that you get a journal, a training journal, because the workouts that you're going to do, day 1, day 2, day 3, initially they're going to start off with every minute on the minute kind of thing, and then eventually they're going to you're going to transfer into an AMRAP where you're going all out for a set amount of time. Second of all, I recommend that you get like a half-gallon jug. You get a milk jug if you want. Get an Nalgene bottle. As long as you're drinking about a half-gallon of water per day, you're going to be good. And that's just, the more active you are, the more water you'll need. You can't always rely on your urine being clear as an indicator of whether or not you're properly hydrated or not, because various things like caffeine can make your urine clear even if you're not hydrated. I recommend fish oil. You can get it at Costco. The reason I recommend fish oil is because our modern diet that we've been conditioned to eat provides a lot of excess glucose, i.e. excess carbohydrate. That excess carbohydrate gets processed into glucose or sugar in our blood, causes excess inflammation. And any inflammation, arthritis, aches and pains that you get can often be attributed to inflammation. And fish oil provides what's called anti-inflammatory eicosanoids, which is like your omega-3 fatty acids, and they're anti-inflammatory. They prevent inflammation or help fight inflammation. The more inflamed you are, the more fish oil you can have. I recommend having three pills per meal if you're eating 3 times a day. If you're eating 4 times a day, you can still have 3 pills per meal, but I recommend having the 3 meals per day. And then fourth, you're going to have a timer. And I looked at the ND Touch, and I looked for some apps for it. And it's not like what you would call a smartphone. It's an advanced phone, but there's no apps for it for a timer. So what you need is a timer that can go for 1 minute and then repeat itself. So you don't have to keep on resetting it. The stopwatch that you have, something with a beeper you're going to be able to listen to, and it's going to be able to indicate when 1 minute has gone over time. A couple of terms you're going to need for doing your workout is AMRAP. I don't know if you're taking notes, but you might want to take some notes. I can type this up and send it to you if you want to. But AMRAP is as many rounds or reps as possible. And that's going to be set to a time period. And the reason we're doing a time period is because a time period makes you have intensity. And intensity is synonymous with power in training in CrossFit, right? We're trying to do the most amount of work in the least amount of time. We're trying to expand our work capacity. Because when you can expand your work capacity, if you focus on increasing that work capacity, you increase all the markers of overall health in general. So we're trying to focus on increasing Nolis' ability to do push-ups in a certain amount of time, or Nolis' ability to do a certain amount of burpees in a certain amount of time, right? Because by doing so, you increase your cardiovascular respiratory endurance, you increase your strength, your speed, your agility, your balance, accuracy, all these markers, these 10 markers that we measure athleticism by. And then the next term is an EMOM, right? And it's every minute on the minute, right? So your workouts will start off, as I do with most beginners, you're going to start off with doing, say, 5 push-ups, 5 burpees, 5 sit-ups, every minute on the minute. So the first minute you do 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups, 5 burpees, right? And as fast as you do that, you get the remaining minute to rest, right? As slow as you do it, you still get the remaining minute to rest. If you do it in 15 seconds, you get 45 seconds to rest. If you do it in 30 seconds, you got 30 seconds to rest. The idea is to get it done as fast as possible to be able to rest as long as possible, right? And ideally, we're going to get you doing, 30 seconds to 30 seconds, a 1-to-1 ratio of work to rest, right? When you get in better condition, we may do 35 seconds to 25 seconds of rest, but we're probably not going to move into that anytime soon. But this takes care of that whole weight training and cardio separation phenomenon that people do. You don't have to separate them, right? Because when you train your glycolytic and phosphocreatine energy systems, you're also training your aerobic system, right? So as you build up these other two, right, your aerobic system's going to come up as well. But if you go out there and you're just running for a marathon, you're running long, slow distance, right? And we ask you to come play basketball, where it's a plyometric sport, you need some explosiveness, right? you're not going to have that fast twitch explosiveness that you need, right? Whereas if you had somebody that's been playing basketball, and you brought them and said, hey, we need you to run long, slow distance, they can do that because they've already built up that aerobic system by training their phosphocreatine and glycolytic energy systems.